sooner or later, you decide to build a new building. And then you go out and you buy some property, and conveniently, and this is cool, conveniently, there's a lot across the street from the old church, and that'd be a perfect spot. So you get some money together, you buy the property, and then you got to build something, and it's pricey, that's expensive. But wait, there's people in the community, we've learned, there's people in the community who know how to do stuff. And this is cool. You get a design going, and before you know it, you know what it's going to look like, and you got people who want to help build it, which is really cool. And so people start working together. Well, every now and then there's a little disagreement, but it's just, it's nothing. Well, there was that time that involved the hammers. But still, it was nothing. And people worked together because it was so important to create something new. They really needed to have it. And people worked together, and they were so excited when the building was finally finished and it was open. And people were it was so exciting. And people looked around and saw this beautiful new place and all of these people. And you start to see people in a different light. And it's great. And that goes on great for a while, and then there's that time the national church did that thing, not everybody liked that thing, and some people left. Okay, that happened a lot of times, but still we were doing fine. We were doing fine until the great cataclysm. Something happened, and this wasn't like those other little disagreements. This was bigger. And people left over it. And the congregation was split. And people in the community started seeing the church in a different light. And people who were part of the church saw the church in a different light. And people struggled for a bit. But this is the point, see, where I can say something, because this is the point at which I got here. And in my head, not out loud, I started to refer to those people in a certain way, and it was only in my head because I didn't have a chance to explain yet. It was the remnant. Let me tell you what I mean by that, because it's a really good thing and incredibly complimentary. It is. Some of you will probably already know the story in the Bible from the Old Testament of when the Assyrians conquered the Israelites. And they sent a bunch of them off to Babylon, the period of exile, right? They didn't send everybody. There was a few people who were they remained in Jerusalem. And they did their best to keep things going. And if it hadn't been for them, when Darius and the Persians conquered the Assyrians and sent all the Israelites who were in Babylon back to Jerusalem, there wouldn't have been a Jerusalem for them to go back to. They were called the remnant because they were literally what was left from that moment in which things were crushed. They were the ones who made sure that what was at the heart of the community didn't die. They were the ones who made sure that there was somewhere for the other Israelites to come back to. That requires enormous strength and determination. But they made it happen. That's what I saw when I got here. Here's the thing, though, in the Bible story, what happened was the Israelites who'd been in exile came back. And the people who had been there and the people who came back did not get along at all. They were not welcomed back. They had ideas and things that they wanted to do. They wanted to rebuild things in a certain way. The people who were there didn't care for that. That did not happen here. What happened here was people talked, and people got to know each other a little bit, and they talked about some ideas and some things. And when new people started to come, and people started to come back, the people who were here said, welcome. And we started to do things together. And people started to see each other in a new light.